Maya Johnson stood outside the tall metal gates of Wilson Textile Factory at 6 in the morning. The cold wind made her pull her thin jacket tighter around her shoulders. She carried a small bag with her lunch and a water bottle. Her shoes were old but clean. She had polished them the night before because she wanted to make a good impression on her first day. The factory was huge and gray. Smoke came out of the tall chimneys. Maya could hear the loud sounds of machines working inside. Other workers walked past her through the gates. Most of them did not look at her. Some stared and then looked away quickly. Maya took a deep breath and walked through the gates. Inside the factory it was very noisy. The machines made humming sounds and clicking sounds. The air smelled like oil and cotton. Maya had never been inside such a big factory before. She looked around with wide eyes. The ceiling was very high, and there were pipes and wires everywhere. A man in a blue shirt and hard hat walked up to her. His name tag said Mr. Davidson. He looked at Maya from head to toe. His face did not look friendly. Maya tried to smile, but he did not smile back. "Where is your paperwork?" he asked in a rough voice. Maya quickly opened her bag and gave him the papers. Mr. Davidson looked at them and made a noise with his mouth. He seemed annoyed about something. "Follow me," he said, and started walking fast. Maya hurried to keep up with him. They walked past many big machines. Workers in gray uniforms were standing next to the machines. They fed cloth into the machines and watched them work. Maya noticed that some machines were making strange noises. One machine near the back was making a grinding sound that did not seem right. Mr. Davidson stopped at a table covered with cardboard boxes. "This is the packaging section," he said. "You will put the finished cloth into these boxes. Each box needs exactly 10 pieces of cloth. You write the date on each box with this marker. You work from 7 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. You get 30 minutes for lunch at 12 o'clock." Maya nodded her head. "Is there anything else I should know?" she asked. Mr. Davidson looked at her like she had asked a stupid question. "Just do what I told you," he said. "Do not wander around the factory. Do not talk to other workers unless they talk to you first. Do not touch any machines. Stay at your table and do your work." Maya felt nervous, but she nodded again. "Thank you, sir," she said. Mr. Davidson walked away without saying anything else. Maya stood at her table and looked around. The other workers were busy with their jobs. No one came to talk to her or help her understand what to do. Maya started opening the boxes and reading the labels. She organized them by size and color. Even though this was supposed to be simple work, she wanted to do it perfectly. She needed this job very much. At home, Maya lived with her grandmother and her little brother James. Her grandmother was sick and could not work anymore. James was only 12 years old and still in school. Maya was the only one who could earn money for the family. Maya had always been good with her hands. When she was little, her father taught her how to fix things before he died. She could fix the old radio at home and the broken washing machine at her neighbor's house. She had learned by watching and trying and asking questions. As Maya worked at her packaging table, she listened to all the sounds around her. She heard the normal humming of the machines. She also heard some sounds that worried her. Machine number 7 was making that grinding noise again. The sound was getting louder. Maya wanted to go look at the machine, but she remembered what Mr. Davidson said. She was not supposed to leave her table. She was not supposed to touch any machines. So she stayed where she was and kept packing the cloth into boxes. But her ears kept listening to that grinding sound. Her mind kept thinking about what might be wrong with the machine. Maya had a feeling that the machine was going to break soon if nobody fixed the problem. The first day went by slowly. Maya worked hard and did not make any mistakes. When 4 o'clock came, she was tired but proud. She had done a good job on her first day. She walked home thinking about the strange sounds she had heard and wondering what tomorrow would bring. Maya had been working at the factory for 2 weeks now. Every day she arrived early and stayed focused on her packaging work. But during her lunch breaks, she did something different. Instead of sitting with the other workers, Maya would walk around the factory floor. She told people she was just stretching her legs, But really Maya was studying every machine in the building. Her eyes would follow the moving parts. Her ears would listen to every sound. Her mind would remember everything she saw. The other workers thought Maya was strange. Why does she walk around so much, they whispered to each other. She should sit and rest like normal people, they said. Some workers made jokes about Maya being lost or confused. But Maya was not lost at all. She was learning. Machine number 7 was the one that worried her most. Every day the grinding sound got a little bit louder. Maya could see that the fabric kept getting stuck in the same place. When this happened, the worker would stop the machine and pull out the tangled cloth with her hands. This happened many times every day. Each time it happened, the worker would lose time. The other workers would have to wait. The whole production line would slow down. Maya watched the maintenance crew work on different machines. There were 3 men who were supposed to fix problems. But Maya could see they did not really understand how the machines worked. They would tighten some bolts here and there. They would oil some parts. But they never looked for the real cause of problems. When machine number 5 started making a squeaking noise, the maintenance crew spent 2 hours on it. They took apart many pieces. They put everything back together. The machine worked for 1 day, and then the squeaking started again. Maya knew exactly what was wrong. The belt was too loose. It needed to be tightened in just the right way. But she could not say anything. She was just a packaging girl. No one would listen to her. During her 3rd week, Maya noticed something else. Machine number 7 was not just making noise. The fabric that came out of it had small tears in some places. The quality control person would throw away the damaged pieces. This meant the factory was losing money every day. Maya started counting how many pieces got thrown away because of machine number 7. On Monday it was 12 pieces. On Tuesday it was 15 pieces. On Wednesday it was 18 pieces. The problem was getting worse. Maya also noticed that the worker who operated machine number 7 was getting frustrated. Her name was Linda, and she had been working at the factory for 5 years. Linda would hit the machine with her hand when the fabric got stuck. She would say bad words under her breath. Maya could see that Linda was stressed and tired. One day during lunch, Maya was walking past machine number 7 when Linda saw her. "Why do you always walk around here?" Linda asked. "Are you checking up on us?" "No," Maya said quickly. "I just like to see how everything works. The machines are very interesting." Linda laughed, but not in a mean way. "You think these old machines are interesting? Most of us just want them to work so we can go home." Maya nodded, but she was thinking about something else. She was thinking about the small piece of metal she had seen near machine number 7 that morning. It looked like it had broken off from somewhere inside the machine. Maya wondered if anyone else had noticed it. That afternoon, Maya watched machine number 7 more carefully. She saw exactly where the fabric was getting caught. She saw which parts were moving the wrong way. She saw what needed to be fixed. But Maya also saw Mr. Davidson watching her. His eyes were not friendly. Maya quickly looked away and went back to her packaging table. She knew she had to be careful. She needed this job too much to make mistakes. Still, Maya could not stop thinking about machine number 7. In her mind, she could see exactly how to fix it. The solution was not complicated. It would take maybe 30 minutes if someone knew what they were doing. Maya wished she could help, but she knew no one would let her try. Friday afternoon was always the busiest time at the factory. Everyone wanted to finish their work and go home for the weekend. The machines were running at full speed. Workers were moving faster than usual. The whole factory felt like it was in a hurry. Maya was at her packaging table working on a big order. She had to pack 200 boxes before 4 o'clock. Her hands moved quickly, but her ears were still listening to the sounds around her. Machine number 7 was making more noise than ever. The grinding sound was so loud that Maya could hear it clearly from across the room. She looked up and saw Linda hitting the machine again. The fabric was getting stuck every few minutes now. Then at exactly 2:15 in the afternoon, everything changed. The grinding sound from machine number 7 became a loud screech. It was so loud that everyone in the factory stopped what they were doing. Workers covered their ears with their hands. The screech continued for maybe 10 seconds. Then suddenly everything went quiet. Machine number 7 stopped completely. Linda pressed buttons and pulled levers, but nothing happened. The machine was dead. Black smoke started coming out of a small opening in the side. The smell of burning oil filled the air. Mr. Davidson came running over. "What happened?" he shouted at Linda. "I do not know," Linda said. She looked scared. "It just stopped working." Other workers gathered around machine number 7. Everyone was talking at the same time. Some people were pointing at different parts of the machine. Others were shaking their heads. Then Mr. Harrison, the factory manager, came onto the floor. He was a tall man in an expensive suit. His face was red, and he looked very angry. "Why is this machine not working?" he demanded. "We are trying to figure it out," Mr. Davidson said. He was sweating even though the factory was not hot. The maintenance crew arrived with their toolboxes. They opened panels on the machine and looked inside. They pulled out some parts and examined them. They whispered to each other and shook their heads. "How long will it take to fix?" Mr. Harrison asked. The head maintenance man looked nervous. "We might need to call the company that made this machine," he said. "This looks like a serious problem." "How much will that cost?" Mr. Harrison asked. "Maybe $3,000, the maintenance man said. "Maybe more, and it could take a week to get someone here." Mr. Harrison made a loud, angry noise. "Do you know how much money we will lose if this machine is broken for a week?" he said. "We have orders to fill. We have customers waiting." Maya watched all of this from her packaging table. She could see exactly what had happened to machine number 7. The small metal piece she had noticed weeks ago had finally caused the main gear to break. The grinding sound had been warning everyone that this was going to happen. Now the broken gear had damaged other parts inside the machine. But Maya knew it was not as bad as the maintenance crew thought. The main motor was still good. The fabric feed system was still working. Only 3 parts needed to be fixed or replaced. Mr. Harrison was walking back and forth in front of the broken machine. Every few minutes he would look at his watch and make angry sounds. Other workers were standing around not knowing what to do. The whole production line was stopped because of machine number 7. "We are losing money every minute this machine is not working," Mr. Harrison said loudly. "We have a contract with Johnson Company that must be finished by Monday. If we do not deliver on time, they will cancel all their future orders." Maya knew that Johnson Company was the factory's biggest customer. If they lost that contract, many people might lose their jobs. Maybe even Maya would lose her job. The maintenance crew was still looking at the broken machine. They had taken apart many pieces and laid them on the floor, but Maya could see they were confused. They did not know how to put everything back together. "Sir," one of the maintenance men said to Mr. Harrison, "we really think we need to call the factory technician. This is too complicated for us to fix." Mr. Harrison looked like he wanted to throw something. He walked over to Mr. Davidson. "This is your responsibility," he said. "You should have noticed this machine was having problems." Mr. Davidson looked around nervously. His eyes met Maya's for just a second. Maya quickly looked down at her packaging work, but her heart was beating fast. Maya knew she could fix machine number 7. She had been watching it for weeks. She understood exactly what was wrong and exactly how to fix it. The solution was not that difficult if someone knew what they were doing. But Maya also knew that no one would listen to her. She was just a 19-year-old girl who worked in packaging. Who would believe she could fix a machine that professional maintenance men could not fix? Still, as Maya watched everyone panic and waste time, she felt like she had to do something. The factory was in trouble. People's jobs were at risk, and she knew the answer to the problem. Maya took a deep breath and made a decision that would change everything. Maya stood up from her packaging table. Her legs felt shaky, but she forced herself to walk toward machine number 7. Everyone was still crowded around the broken machine, talking loudly and pointing at different parts. As Maya got closer, she could see the maintenance crew had made the problem worse. They had taken apart pieces that did not need to be removed. Important parts were scattered on the floor. Oil was dripping from places where it should not be dripping. Maya stopped a few feet away from the group. She cleared her throat and spoke in a quiet voice. "Excuse me," she said. Nobody heard her over all the talking and arguing. Maya tried again, a little louder. "Excuse me," she said. Mr. Davidson turned around and saw Maya standing there. His face immediately became angry. "What are you doing here?" he shouted. "Get back to your workstation right now." All the talking stopped. Everyone turned to look at Maya. She felt her face get hot, but she did not move. "I think I might be able to help," she said. The maintenance crew started laughing. One man said, "You think you can help us fix this machine? Little packaging girl thinks she knows about machinery." More people started laughing. Maya heard someone say, "She probably does not even know how to change a light bulb." Another person said, "Maybe she thinks this is like the toys she played with as a child." Mr. Davidson's face was getting redder. "I told you to get back to work," he said. "You are not paid to think about machines. You are paid to put cloth in boxes." But Maya had come too far to give up now. She looked directly at Mr. Davidson and spoke clearly. "I have been watching this machine for 3 weeks," she said. "I know exactly what is wrong with it. The main gear assembly is damaged because a small metal fragment broke off and got caught in the mechanism. But the damage is not as bad as you think. Only 3 parts need to be fixed." The laughter got louder. "How would you know what parts need to be fixed?" one maintenance man asked. "Did you go to technical school? Did you study machine repair?" "No," Maya said. "But I have been fixing things since I was very young. I fixed the washing machine at my neighbor's house. I fixed the old sewing machine at the community center. I know how gears and motors work." "This is ridiculous," Mr. Davidson said. "You are fired. Pack your things and leave right now." Maya felt like someone had hit her in the stomach. She needed this job desperately. Without it, her family would have no money for food or medicine for her grandmother. But before Mr. Davidson could say anything else, Mr. Harrison stepped forward. The factory manager had been listening to everything. "Wait," he said. He looked at Maya with curious eyes. "You really think you know what is wrong with this machine?" "Yes, sir," Maya said. Her voice was stronger now. "The metal fragment I mentioned is probably still inside the gear housing. If someone removes it and replaces the damaged gear teeth, the machine will work perfectly." Mr. Harrison looked at the maintenance crew. They were shaking their heads and making faces like Maya was crazy. "She is just a packaging girl," one of them said. "She has no training and no experience with industrial machines." "How much will it cost to bring in an outside technician?" Mr. Harrison asked. "At least $3,000, the head maintenance man said. "Maybe 5,000. And we cannot get anyone here until next week." Mr. Harrison was quiet for a long moment. He looked at Maya, then at the broken machine, then at his watch. The factory manager was thinking about money. Every day the machine was broken would cost thousands of dollars in lost production. The Johnson Company contract was worth $50,000. If they lost that contract, it would be a disaster. "How long would it take you to fix it?" Mr. Harrison asked Maya. "Maybe 1 hour," Maya said. 2 hours at most. The maintenance crew started protesting. "You cannot let her touch that machine," they said. "She could make it worse. She could hurt herself. What if she breaks something else?" Mr. Davidson was still angry. "Sir, she is just a packaging worker," he said. "This is not her job. She should not even be here." But Mr. Harrison was desperate. He had a factory full of workers who could not do their jobs because of one broken machine. He had customers waiting for orders. He had bills to pay and deadlines to meet. "Everyone be quiet," he said loudly. He looked at Maya again. "If I let you try to fix this machine, and you make it worse, you will be fired immediately. Do you understand?" Maya nodded. "Yes, sir," she said. "And if you get hurt, it is your own responsibility," Mr. Harrison continued. "The factory is not responsible for any injuries." "I understand," Maya said. Mr. Harrison looked around at all the workers who were watching. He made his decision. "Clear a path," he said. "Let her look at the machine." The crowd of workers stepped back. Maya walked slowly toward machine number 7. Her heart was pounding, but her hands were steady. She knew this was her one chance to prove herself. Behind her, she could hear people whispering and making bets about whether she would succeed or fail. Maya ignored them all. She focused completely on the broken machine in front of her. Maya knelt down beside machine number 7 and took a deep breath. She ignored all the people watching her and focused only on the machine. Her father had taught her that fixing things required patience and careful observation. First, Maya looked at all the parts the maintenance crew had removed. She could see they had taken out pieces that were still perfectly good. She carefully picked up each part and examined it. Some parts just needed to be cleaned. Others needed to be put back in their correct positions. Maya asked for a flashlight so she could see inside the machine better. She looked into the gear housing where she expected to find the broken metal fragment. Sure enough, there it was. A small piece of metal about the size of a coin was jammed between two gears. Maya used a pair of long tweezers to carefully remove the metal fragment. She held it up so everyone could see it. "This is what caused all the trouble," she said. "This piece broke off from the main gear assembly 3 weeks ago. Every day it caused more damage until finally the whole system failed." Some people in the crowd moved closer to get a better look. Maya continued working methodically. She cleaned the gears and checked each one for damage. 2 gear teeth were chipped but not broken completely. Maya knew she could file them smooth so they would work properly again. Maya asked for a small metal file. She worked carefully on the damaged gear teeth. Each stroke of the file had to be precise. Too much filing would ruin the gear completely. Too little filing would leave rough edges that would cause problems later. While Maya worked on the gears, she explained what she was doing. She spoke in simple words so everyone could understand. "These gears have to fit together perfectly," she said. "When one gear turns, it makes the other gear turn. If the teeth are rough or damaged, the gears cannot work smoothly together." Maya could hear people whispering behind her. Some were saying things like, "Maybe she really does know what she is doing, and I have never seen anyone work so carefully." But Maya also heard negative comments. Some people were saying she is just lucky and wait until she tries to put everything back together. Maya did not let the comments distract her. She continued working steadily. After cleaning and repairing the gears, she began reassembling the machine. This was the most difficult part because everything had to go back in exactly the right order. Maya picked up each part and looked at it carefully before installing it. She remembered exactly where each piece belonged. Her hands moved with confidence as she connected gears and adjusted belts and tightened bolts. The maintenance crew watched everything Maya did. At first, they looked skeptical. But as Maya continued working, their expressions began to change. They could see that Maya really understood how the machine worked. After 45 minutes, Maya was ready to test the machine. She had put everything back together and made all the necessary adjustments. But she wanted to double-check everything before turning on the power. Maya examined every connection and every moving part. She made sure all the safety guards were in place. She checked that the fabric feed mechanism was properly aligned. She verified that the oil levels were correct. Finally, Maya stood up and looked at Mr. Harrison. "The machine is ready to test," she said. Mr. Harrison nodded. Everyone stepped back as Maya walked to the control panel. She placed her hand on the power switch, but did not turn it on yet. Maya closed her eyes for a moment and said a silent prayer. Then she flipped the switch. The machine started with a gentle hum. There was no grinding noise, no squeaking, no unusual sounds at all. Machine number 7 was running more smoothly than it had in months. Maya fed a piece of test fabric into the machine. The fabric moved through perfectly without getting stuck or damaged. She increased the speed gradually until the machine was running at full production rate. The crowd of workers stood in amazed silence. Even the maintenance crew had stopped talking. Machine number 7 was working perfectly. Maya ran the machine for 5 full minutes to make sure everything was stable. The fabric that came out was perfect quality with no tears or defects. The machine operated quietly and efficiently. Finally, Maya turned off the machine and stepped back. She looked at Mr. Harrison and spoke in a quiet voice. "The machine is fixed," she said. "It should work perfectly now. But I recommend checking the oil level every week and listening for any unusual sounds." Mr. Harrison stared at Maya for a long moment. Then he began to smile. "Incredible," he said. "Absolutely incredible." The crowd of workers began to clap. Even some of the maintenance crew were nodding their heads in approval. Maya felt a wave of relief wash over her. She had done it. She had proven that she could fix the machine. But Maya's biggest reward was seeing the expression on Linda's face. The machine operator looked so happy and grateful that Maya almost started crying. "Thank you," Linda whispered to Maya. "Thank you so much." The factory floor was completely silent except for the gentle humming of machine number 7. Everyone stood frozen in place, staring at Maya. Nobody could believe what they had just witnessed. Mr. Davidson's mouth was hanging open. His face had gone from red to pale white. He kept looking back and forth between Maya and the perfectly running machine, like he was seeing something impossible. The head maintenance man walked slowly to machine number 7. He listened to the smooth humming sound. He watched the fabric feed through without any problems. He shook his head in disbelief. "How did you know how to do that?" he asked Maya. "Where did you learn to work on industrial machines?" Maya wiped her hands on a clean rag. "My father taught me basic mechanical skills when I was young," she said. "After he died, I kept learning by fixing things for neighbors. I watch everything carefully and try to understand how things work." The maintenance man looked embarrassed. "We have been trying to fix this machine for weeks," he said. "We never found that metal fragment. We never thought to check the gear housing." "Sometimes the problem is simpler than it looks," Maya said gently. She did not want to make the maintenance crew feel that. Mr. Harrison walked closer to Maya. His expression had completely changed from anger to amazement. "Young lady," he said, "what is your name again?" "Maya Johnson, sir," she replied. "Maya Johnson," Mr. Harrison repeated. "How long have you been working here?" 3 weeks, sir," Maya said. 3 weeks, Mr. Harrison said loudly so everyone could hear. "She has been here 3 weeks, and she just fixed a machine that stumped our entire maintenance department." Workers began talking excitedly among themselves. Maya heard comments like, "I cannot believe it," and "she made it look so easy," and "why did nobody listen to her before?" Linda, the machine operator, was almost crying with happiness. She had been so frustrated with the constant breakdowns and jams. Now her machine was running better than it had in months. "Maya, this is wonderful," Linda said. "You saved my job. You saved all our jobs." Other workers began approaching Maya to congratulate her. People who had ignored her for 3 weeks were now treating her like a hero. Some admitted they had been wrong to doubt her abilities. But not everyone was happy about Maya's success. Maya noticed some workers standing in a group whispering to each other. Their faces did not look friendly. Maya could tell they were not pleased that a young packaging worker had shown up the professional maintenance crew. Mr. Davidson was one of the people who looked unhappy. He had just finished yelling at Maya and threatening to fire her. Now she had made him look foolish in front of the factory manager and all the workers. "Sir," Mr. Davidson said to Mr. Harrison, "maybe we should get back to work now. The machine is fixed, so we can resume production." Mr. Harrison nodded, but he kept looking at Maya with curiosity. "Miss Johnson," he said, "have you noticed problems with any other machines?" Maya hesitated. She did not want to cause more trouble for herself, but she also cared about the factory and the other workers. "Well, sir," she said carefully, "machine number 3 has a belt that is getting loose. It will probably break within the next few days if it is not tightened. And machine number 12 makes a clicking sound that suggests the timing mechanism needs adjustment." The maintenance crew looked at each other nervously. They had not noticed these problems. "Show me," Mr. Harrison said. Maya led Mr. Harrison and several other people to machine number 3. She pointed to the belt that connected the motor to the main drive system. "See how the belt moves up and down when the machine runs," Maya said. "It should stay steady. This movement means the belt is stretching and will snap soon." The maintenance crew examined the belt. Maya was right. The belt was loose, and would need to be replaced soon. Then Maya took them to machine number 12. She asked the operator to run the machine at different speeds. At medium speed, there was a distinct clicking sound that occurred every few seconds. The timing belt is slipping, Maya explained. It needs to be adjusted so all the parts move in perfect coordination. Again, the maintenance crew had to admit Maya was correct. Word about Maya's mechanical skills spread quickly through the factory. Workers from other departments came to see the young woman who had fixed machine number 7. Some asked her to look at equipment in their sections. Maya felt overwhelmed by all the attention. She was happy that people appreciated her skills, but she also felt nervous. She knew that some people resented her success. Maya also worried about what would happen next. Would Mr. Harrison expect her to fix machines regularly? Would Mr. Davidson try to get revenge for being embarrassed? Would the maintenance crew see her as a threat to their jobs? As the afternoon continued, Maya tried to focus on her packaging work, but people kept coming to talk to her. Some workers thanked her for saving their jobs. Others asked technical questions about various machines. Maya answered everyone politely, but she was careful not to act like she thought she was better than anyone else. She knew that staying humble was important if she wanted to keep working at the factory. When 4 o'clock came, Maya packed up her things and prepared to go home. She felt exhausted from all the excitement and attention. As Maya walked toward the exit, Mr. Harrison called her name. "Miss Johnson," he said, "please come to my office first thing Monday morning. We need to discuss your future here at the factory." Maya nodded nervously. "Yes, sir," she said. Maya walked home wondering what Monday would bring. She had proven her abilities, but she also knew that proving yourself was just the beginning of the real challenge. Maya arrived at work Monday morning 30 minutes early. She wanted to be ready when Mr. Harrison called her to his office. But as she walked through the factory, she noticed that something had changed over the weekend. Some workers smiled and waved at Maya like they had on Friday, but others looked away when she passed. Maya heard whispers and saw small groups of people talking quietly. When she got close to these groups, the talking would stop. Maya went to her packaging station and began organizing her work area. She tried to act normal, but she could feel people watching her. At exactly 8 o'clock, Mr. Harrison's secretary came to get Maya. She led Maya through hallways Maya had never seen before to the administrative section of the building. Mr. Harrison's office was large with big windows and expensive furniture. Maya sat in a leather chair across from his desk and tried not to look nervous. "Miss Johnson," Mr. Harrison said, "I have been thinking about Friday's events all weekend. What you did was remarkable." "Thank you, sir," Maya said. "I spoke with our head of maintenance over the weekend," Mr. Harrison continued. "He admitted that you identified problems they had missed. He also said machine number 7 is running better now than it has in months." Maya nodded but did not say anything. "I want to offer you a new position," Mr. Harrison said. "Instead of packaging, you would work directly with our maintenance department. You would help identify problems before they become serious breakdowns." Maya felt excited but also worried. What would the maintenance crew think about having her work with them? "What would my duties be?" Maya asked. "You would walk through the factory each day and listen for unusual sounds or observe unusual behavior in the machines," Mr. Harrison explained. "You would report potential problems to the maintenance supervisor. When machines break down, you would assist with repairs." "It sounds like a wonderful opportunity," Maya said. "But what about the maintenance crew? Do they want me to work with them?" Mr. Harrison's expression became more serious. "Not all of them are happy about it," he admitted. "Some feel threatened by your abilities, but the head of maintenance understands that preventing breakdowns saves the company money." Maya thought about this. She knew that some people would not welcome her into their department. "There is something else you should know," Mr. Harrison said. "Some workers are saying that you only got lucky on Friday. They think you cannot really fix machines and that what happened was just a coincidence." Maya felt hurt by this, but she tried not to show it. "I understand, sir," she said. "I will have to prove myself again." "Yes, you will," Mr. Harrison said. "But I believe you can do it. Your salary would increase by 50%. Are you interested?" Maya's heart jumped. 50% more money would make a huge difference for her family. "Yes, sir," she said. "I am very interested." "Good," Mr. Harrison said. "You start your new position today. Report to Tom Wilson in the maintenance department." Maya thanked Mr. Harrison and left his office feeling excited and nervous at the same time. When Maya found the maintenance department, Tom Wilson was waiting for her. He was the head maintenance man who had watched her fix machine number 7. "Maya," Tom said, "I want you to know that I support having you work with us. You have skills that we need." "Thank you," Maya said. "But I also want you to know that not everyone feels the same way," Tom continued. "Some of the guys think you are trying to take their jobs. Others think management is playing favorites." Maya nodded. "I just want to help," she said. "I do not want to cause problems for anyone." "I know that," Tom said. "But you need to be careful. Do your job well, but do not make anyone look bad if you can avoid it." As Tom showed Maya around the maintenance area, she could feel the tension from some of the other workers. 2 men in particular kept staring at her with unfriendly expressions. During her first day in the new position, Maya met resistance from several sources. Mr. Davidson was especially unhappy about her promotion. He made sarcastic comments about packaging girls, thinking they were engineers. Some packaging workers also seemed resentful. They thought Maya had abandoned them for a better job. A few accused her of acting like she was too good for packaging work. But Maya also found unexpected allies. Linda, the operator of machine number 7, became Maya's biggest supporter. She told everyone how much better her job was now that her machine worked properly. Sarah Mitchell, an older worker who had been at the factory for 15 years, also defended Maya. Sarah had watched Maya's behavior for 3 weeks and respected her work ethic and humility. "That girl has more sense in her little finger than some people have in their whole head," Sarah told anyone who would listen. Even some maintenance workers began to appreciate Maya's contributions. When Maya identified a problem with machine number 5 before it broke down completely, they saved the company thousands of dollars in repair costs and lost production. Maya tried to handle the mixed reactions carefully. She remained polite and humble with everyone. When she identified problems, she reported them quietly to Tom Wilson rather than making public announcements. Maya also made sure to give credit to others whenever possible. When her suggestion prevented a breakdown, she would say things like, "The maintenance crew did excellent work fixing that problem quickly." Slowly, some of the resistance began to fade. People could see that Maya was not trying to show off or take credit away from others. She genuinely wanted to help the factory run more efficiently. By the end of her first week in the maintenance department, Maya had identified 3 potential problems and helped prevent 2 machine breakdowns. The factory was running more smoothly and efficiently than it had in months. But Maya knew she still had to prove herself every single day. Some people were waiting for her to make a mistake so they could say she was not qualified for her new position. Maya was determined not to give them that satisfaction. 6 weeks had passed since Maya started working with the maintenance department. The changes in the factory were obvious to everyone. Machines that used to break down regularly were now running smoothly. Production was up by 15% because of fewer interruptions. Maya had developed a routine that worked well. Every morning, she would walk through the entire factory listening and observing. She carried a small notebook where she wrote down anything unusual she noticed. At the end of each day, she would meet with Tom Wilson to discuss her observations. The maintenance crew had gradually accepted Maya as part of their team. Even the 2 men who had been most resistant were now asking for her opinions on difficult problems. Maya had proven that she was not trying to replace anyone, but rather help everyone do their jobs better. Maya's biggest success came when she prevented a major disaster with the main power system. She had noticed that one of the electrical panels was making a slight buzzing sound that occurred only at certain times of day. When she reported this to Tom Wilson, he had an electrician check the panel. The electrician found that several connections were loose and getting hot. If Maya had not noticed the problem, the entire electrical system could have failed. The factory could have been shut down for days while repairs were made. Mr. Harrison was so impressed that he called Maya to his office again. "Maya," he said, You have saved this company more money in 6 weeks than most employees save in a year. I want to discuss your future with us." Maya felt proud but tried to stay humble. "I am just doing my job, sir," she said. "No," Mr. Harrison said. "You are doing much more than that. You have a natural talent for understanding how machines work. I think you should consider getting formal training in mechanical engineering." Maya's eyes widened. Engineering school was expensive and would take years to complete. "I know what you are thinking," Mr. Harrison said. "You cannot afford school, and you need to work to support your family. But I have a proposal for you." Maya listened carefully as Mr. Harrison explained his idea. The company would pay for Maya to attend technical school part-time. She would continue working at the factory, but with reduced hours. When she completed her training, she would become the factory's first female mechanical engineer. Maya felt overwhelmed by the generous offer. She had never imagined such an opportunity would be possible. "I would be honored, sir," Maya said. "But are you sure the company wants to invest that much in me?" Mr. Harrison smiled. "Maya, you have already proven your value to us many times over. This investment will benefit both you and the company." Maya accepted the offer and began planning for technical school. She would start classes in the fall while continuing to work 25 hours per week at the factory. News of Maya's promotion and educational opportunity spread throughout the factory. Most workers were genuinely happy for her success. They had seen how hard she worked and how much she had helped improve conditions for everyone. Linda, the machine operator, organized a small celebration for Maya during lunch break. Workers from every department contributed money to buy Maya a gift certificate for textbooks. "You deserve this more than anyone," Linda said as she presented the gift to Maya. "You have made all our jobs easier and saved the company so much money." Sarah Mitchell, the older worker who had supported Maya from the beginning, also spoke at the celebration. "I have worked in factories for 25 years, Sarah said. I have never seen anyone with Maya's combination of technical skill and genuine care for other people. She could have acted superior when she got promoted, but instead she remained kind and helpful to everyone." Maya felt tears in her eyes as she listened to the kind words from her coworkers. She had been so worried about fitting in and proving herself that she had not realized how much respect she had earned. Even Mr. Davidson, who had been her biggest critic, approached Maya after the celebration. Maya was surprised to see that he looked embarrassed. "Maya," he said quietly, "I owe you an apology. When you first started here, I judged you unfairly. I thought you were just another young person who would not last long. I was wrong." Maya was gracious in accepting his apology. "Everyone makes mistakes," she said. "What matters is that we learn from them." The transformation in the factory went beyond just Maya's personal success. Her example had inspired other workers to speak up when they noticed problems or had ideas for improvements. Management had created a suggestion program where any worker could submit ideas for making operations more efficient. Tom Wilson, the maintenance supervisor, had also changed his approach to training. He now encouraged all maintenance workers to really understand how machines worked instead of just following basic repair procedures. Maya had started informal training sessions where she shared her knowledge with anyone who was interested. The most significant change was in the factory's safety record. Maya's attention to preventing problems before they became serious had dramatically reduced the number of workplace accidents. Insurance costs had gone down, and worker morale had improved. Maya's success story had reached the corporate headquarters of the company. Executives from other factories came to visit and learn about the improvements at Wilson Textile. They wanted to understand how one young woman had made such a big difference. Mr. Harrison was promoted to regional manager partly because of the success at his factory. Before he left for his new position, he called Maya to his office one final time. "Maya," he said, "when I first saw you fix that machine, I knew you were special. But you have exceeded even my highest expectations. You have not just improved our operations, you have changed our entire culture." Maya felt honored by his words, but she remained focused on the future. "I still have a lot to learn," she said. "Technical school will teach me the formal knowledge I need to complement what I have learned through experience." Mr. Harrison nodded. I have no doubt you will excel in your studies just as you have excelled here. And I want you to know that this company will always have a place for someone with your talents." As Maya prepared to start her dual role as student and employee, she reflected on how much her life had changed. 6 months ago, she had been a desperate young woman who just needed any job to support her family. Now she was on a path to become a mechanical engineer with unlimited potential. Maya knew that her journey was just beginning. There would be new challenges in school and new obstacles to overcome. But she also knew that she had proven to herself and others that talent and determination could overcome any barrier. The factory floor that had once seemed intimidating and unwelcoming had become a place where Maya felt valued and respected. She had found her calling and was ready to pursue it with the same dedication and humility that had brought her this far. 1 year later, Maya stood in the same factory where her journey had begun. But everything was different now. She wore a crisp white shirt with a name tag that read Maya Johnson, Assistant Mechanical Engineer. Her confidence showed in the way she walked and spoke. Maya had just completed her first year of technical school with perfect grades. She was now working 30 hours per week at the factory while taking advanced engineering courses. Her salary had tripled from her original packaging job. More importantly, her family was secure, and her grandmother was getting proper medical care. The factory itself had been transformed. Production efficiency was up 30% compared to the previous year. Machine breakdowns had decreased by 60%. The company had saved over $200,000 in maintenance costs and lost production time. Maya's role had expanded far beyond what anyone had originally imagined. She was now responsible for training maintenance workers at 3 different factories owned by the company. She had developed a comprehensive preventive maintenance program that was being implemented throughout the entire corporation. Young workers often came to Maya for advice and inspiration. She had become a symbol of what was possible when talent was recognized and nurtured regardless of background or initial position. Maya never forgot the lessons she had learned during her early days at the factory. She remained humble and approachable despite her success. She made sure to eat lunch with workers from all departments, not just management or engineering staff. On this particular day, Maya was training a new group of maintenance apprentices. The group included 2 young women who reminded Maya of herself when she first started. They listened eagerly as Maya explained the importance of really understanding how machines worked. "The key is to listen," Maya told the apprentices. "Machines tell you what is wrong if you know how to hear them. Every unusual sound or vibration is a message about what needs attention." One of the young women raised her hand. "How did you learn to understand machines so well?" she asked. Maya smiled. "I started by being curious and asking questions. When I did not understand something, I would research it or find someone who could explain it to me. I never stopped learning." After the training session, Maya walked through the factory on her daily inspection rounds. She stopped at machine number 7, which was still running perfectly after more than a year since her first repair. Linda was still the operator of machine number 7. She had been promoted to line supervisor and was training new workers. When Linda saw Maya, she smiled and waved. "Maya, how are your classes going?" Linda asked. "Very well," Maya replied. "I am learning so much about advanced engineering principles. It helps me understand why the techniques I develop through experience actually work." Linda nodded. "You always had good instincts even before you had formal training. Now you have both experience and education." Maya continued her walk through the factory. She checked on several machines that had been flagged for potential issues. Everything looked good. The preventive maintenance program was working exactly as designed. As Maya completed her inspection, she thought about how much her life had changed. Her little brother James was now in high school and getting excellent grades. He wanted to study computer engineering, inspired by his sister's success. Their grandmother was healthy and proud of Maya's achievements. Maya had also started dating Tom Wilson, the maintenance supervisor. Their shared love of mechanical systems had brought them together. Tom respected Maya's intelligence and ambition. He supported her goals and never tried to hold her back. The company had offered to promote Maya to head of maintenance for the entire regional division. She would supervise 50 maintenance workers across 8 factories. The salary increase would be substantial, and the position would give her valuable management experience. Maya was seriously considering the offer, but she also wanted to complete her engineering degree first. She had learned the importance of building a strong foundation before taking on bigger challenges. Maya's story had attracted attention beyond the company. Local newspapers had written articles about her success. A community college had asked her to speak to students about career opportunities in manufacturing. Maya enjoyed sharing her story and encouraging other young people to pursue their dreams. As Maya prepared to leave work, she stopped by Mr. Harrison's old office. The new factory manager was Jennifer Walsh, a woman in her 40s who had been hired partly because of the company's new commitment to promoting diversity. Maya knocked on the door and entered when invited. "How are the new apprentices doing?" Jennifer asked.